What a headshot! What a head!
How's it guys, this is Dayvy, FPL, and welcome back to the Fantasy Premier League video here on my channel. And in this video, I'll be going over my final team selection for the upcoming Game Week 36. So the biggest question is you probably clicked on this video expecting a deadline stream, but unfortunately I can't. And therefore I decided to make a quick video on the kind of latest press conference news and my final team. So hopefully this serves as a substitute. So in this video, I'll be giving you guys a quick update into how double Game Week 35 ended. Obviously, Chelsea faced Spurs last night. The rank has changed, and I'll show you guys if it's for the better or the worse. Then straight after that, I'll be going into my team selection as well as my transfer plan, as well as discuss the final kind of news that we've got from today's press conferences. So if that's what you guys are interested in, sit back, relax, and let's get straight into it. So as mentioned in the introduction, a quick review of double Game Week 35, mainly because we had 5 plays featuring last night, and it turned out to be a massive success. So as you guys can see, 93 points scored total. Unfortunately though, I took a big hit, a -12, so we ended up on 81 points. Luckily though, that was enough for a green arrow to just below the top 10k, and we're currently sitting at 9.9k. So for the first time this season, we are within the top 10k rankings, and with 3 game weeks left to play and the bench boost chip, really hope that we can stay there. That'll see us take our 4th top 10k finish in the last few seasons, and that was the rank we wanted at the start of the season. Now with 1 free transfer and 7.4 in the bank, a ton is left in the bank, and we'll be using that transfer for Game Week 36. And in the comments down below, how did your game week go? Were you like myself, I took a big hit but still got a green arrow? And what's the overall rank looking like at this stage of the season, and what's your final goal? Now let's talk about where those points came from last night. As mentioned, 5 players. I had Petrovic, Pedro Porro, Son, Palmer and Nicholas Jackson. And it was definitely the Chelsea side of last night where we got the points. So who would have thought that Petrovic finally got us a clean sheet, 9 points with some bonus points as well as save points, taking him to 11 for the game week. Then Cole Palmer had that kind of deflected shot off the post to Nicholas Jackson. So the perfect scenario with the goal and assist. So Palmer unfortunately didn't outperform Heung-min Son, who got 9 points versus 8, but the Nicholas Jackson goal was pure kind of sweetness. If you guys don't know, I took out Darwin Núñez for Nicholas Jackson. I thought he could have actually scored in the first game, but at least he got a goal in the second one. So let's see what he does from now to the end of the season. Now the Spurs side wasn't that great. Pedro Porro, at least our logic for kind of not going for him from the start, when we were planning only kind of a -4 or -8, wasn't expecting clean sheets in either game, and that came true. Then with Heung-min Son, that Spurs attack does not look great at the moment, and the goal in the first game was a penalty. So at least we got points from one side of the coin, as mentioned with Chelsea, all of my Chelsea players returning. Now quickly, the rest of our team, the most important thing about our bench was the fact that Phil Foden was going to be on our bench after not coming off and not even being in the squad. Otherwise, Bradley and Faneka didn't feature, they're both injured, and Petrovic outperformed Onana. Then our back line was saved by Guardiola, the transfer in. As part of that -12, he got a massive 15-pointer. He pretty much saved our game week. Then Gordon also was a transfer in for Mo Salah. He scored, unfortunately Garnacho didn't. And then Haaland came off the bench for Foden, and Isaac scored a double. So very kind of strong performance. I think we were sitting around the 13k mark. After the -12 though, was around the 20k mark. So at almost half the rank from there was a massive performance. So just a reminder, the game week rank is 55k, but the overall rank is 9.9k. Let's hope that we can get that 4th 10k finish. But let's go over my current team selection before we talk about the kind of transfer news as well as the press conference news. Starting off with the bench, which is pretty kind of predictable. So I'm benching Onana and Garnacho. Don't mind if Garnacho comes off the bench. Crystal Palace away is a little bit of a weird fixture though, as their form has improved recently. Otherwise, Bradley and Faneka, we had news that Bradley was back in training, could play this game, but I probably expect him to be on the bench. With Faneka, annoyingly though, we didn't get any kind of update. There was a rumor that he was out for the entire season. Would have loved some confirmation from De Zerbi, but unfortunately didn't get that. Now with Onana on the bench, I'll be starting Petrovic once again. West Ham at home, I don't expect either team to keep clean sheets, but maybe Chelsea can build on from this defensive performance. I'm just hoping for some saves. Now backline currently is Pedro Porro against Liverpool, not super confident there of playing him. Dan Burn against Burnley, Fabian Schär might be out for this season. Don't think that the defense is going to be that great either, but Burnley away is a good game. Then finally Guardiola, fingers crossed no Pep Roulette, definitely the informed defender at the moment. And I can see a clean sheet at the Etihad against Wolves. Now midfield department kind of picks itself as well. Garnacho, you kind of think he'll score more than any of my midfielders. Comment it down below. So Son against Liverpool, who might be without Van Dijk, that's going to be massive. Palmer against West Ham, you guys know how great he's been as an asset. And then I'm perfectly fine starting Gordon, even though his and Newcastle's away stats aren't great. I think similar with Dan Burn, the stats might not be that great, but Burnley aren't a great side either. And I can see an attacking return here for Gordon. Then finally Phil Foden, Pep said that he is fine after coming back from illness, and if he does start, he's a great asset. Now up front, Haaland was also confirmed to be fit enough to start by Pep today, and therefore he's got my Campsy armband. Hopefully Nicholas Jackson gets on the scoring wagon again, and I expect Isaac to be alongside him. So as you guys can see, in terms of the actual team, the one department that probably needs the transfer the most is the defensive department, as I'm not really confident in that Spurs defense with Pedro Porro. So comment down below what transfer would you guys make if this was your team. Just remember, I've got 7.4 million in the bank. But now let's go on to probably the most important part of this video. It's going to be the transfer plan as well as kind of team news discussion. Not much kind of news has come out today except for maybe the Fabian Schär news. Conflicting reports have been from manager and player though. Eddie Howe came out and said that it's unlikely that he actually starts again this Premier League season, whereas Fabian Schär in an interview for Switzerland said that he is expecting to be back. Now this might just be kind of Euro talk, maybe Schär wants to be back in that Euro squad. He wants to fill the fans and international team with some confidence, and therefore says he might be back before the end of the season. And you guys know how Eddie Howe likes to lie in his press conferences. So what I'd probably say is that if you guys can just bench Schär, that's what I would do. But I wouldn't rely on him to play against Burnley this game week. Then as mentioned, Conor Bradley is back in training, but can't really think too many people own him at the moment. Man City news was pretty much all positive. Pep said that Foden's back, Ruben Dias is back, and Haaland's fit enough to start the games. And yesterday there was some kind of injury concerns about a Bruno Fernandes. So if you guys do own Bruno, I wouldn't look too far into it. I think it's his hand that's currently injured, and therefore he might be a doubt, but I do expect him to play in Game Week 36. And it's one of those that if he doesn't start, I can't see him coming off the bench. Now, annoyingly enough, not much has come out of kind of an Ait Nori and a Fenheka. I know there's going to be those of you out there with a lot of flags in your defense, but I'd probably assume that those two options won't feature. The Liverpool news about Van Dijk was also quite surprising. Apparently he's a doubt for the upcoming game. If he's not going to be in that defensive department, no ways Liverpool do keep a clean sheet, and that's why I'm pretty confident about owning a Son. There was some other kind of injury news here and there. You guys can catch it up over on Twitter, ask it in the comments down below on my Discord server, and I'll give you an update on any player that you guys want. But now going into my transfer plan, and I discussed this yesterday in the team selection, but I'm pretty confident and set on the move this week. It's going to be an Arsenal defender, and I've actually switched from Ben White to Gabriel. Now it's kind of a 50-50 in my mind between these two assets. The reason I'm going for Gabriel might be slightly more boring. It's the fact that he's more highly owned. Now between White and Gabriel, there's not much kind of in it. Gabriel has the better kind of XG, Ben White has the better XA, but the projected points is pretty similar between them. So yes, he might be the more boring option, the cheaper option, but once again I'll ask you, if you guys could afford anyone, which of the two would you guys pick? Now in terms of replacements, I'm going to take out Conor Bradley. Yes, he is back in training, but I don't really want a Liverpool asset from now to the end of the season. Maybe Game Week 38, but I don't even expect him to start. I'm just going to hope that maybe De Zerbi did an update about Fenheka, because it is positive. So fingers crossed he's back in training for double Game Week 37. But this transfer either for Ben White or Gabriel is pretty locked in, as I believe my defensive department needs the most work. But in the comments down below, are you guys hyped for the upcoming Game Week 36? Any transfer dilemmas? You guys can ask them here on my Discord server. It's the second link in the description. Sorry for not being able to do a deadline stream, but I'll be back for double Game Week 37 and all its glory. Good luck and may the green arrows be with you. But this is basically going to wrap up the video, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy it. Please don't forget to like if you did and subscribe if you have subscribed yet. As mentioned, good luck for Game Week 36, and I'll see you guys for double Game Week 37. But for the time being, I'm your sign off. It's been Dayvy FPL, and I'm out. Cheers, bye.